the Evergreen Media Network Studios, brought to you by Evergreen Media, creating cohesive marketing campaigns. Evergreen Media in Vero Beach.
Welcome to the Lori Davis Show, where it's all about the amazing lifestyle on our Treasure Coast. And here's your host and realtor for life, Lori Davis.
Hello, and welcome to the show. We're so happy that you're here with us today. What a great show. This one is going to be super sweet. I mean, this is just, there's so much sweetness in the house. You're not going to be able to handle it. And it's fall. So between all the things we're going to be eating and trick-or-treating and all the sweetness, this house, this is going to be great. You're going to love it. You are absolutely going to love it. And this is going to be one of my favorite shows, I can tell you right now. But first, let's talk about what's happening around town. Cindy, now I thought it started tomorrow because I went on Riverside Theater's website, but apparently sneaky people have been getting in to see the show already. This is called, the show that's on right now is called The $1 Million Quartet. This is a Tony Award-winning musical. And it's based on an event that happened in December 4, 1956, where Elvis Presley, Jerry Lee Lewis, Johnny Cash, and Carl Perkins together ended up in the Sun Records studios together, and one of the greatest impromptu rock and roll jam sessions ever. Now, I never even knew that happened, and apparently there's a show about it, and guess what? The Honorable Cindy Schwartz has already seen it. So, I mean, and you said it's fabulous?
It is incredible. I got to get my microphone closer.
Yes.
The actors that they picked for the roles, spot on.
So they have the four guys.
The four guys.
Okay.
Elvis has a girlfriend.
Okay.
And she sings. And then it's about the guy that started Sun Records. Right. People are just like that.
Was
so
that
we have
Colonel somebody? Or that was just Elvis's guy was Colonel?
Yeah, that was his whatever, who was his bad manager and whatever.
Yeah.
But some people are just visionaries. So we have one in the studio today. But some people are visionaries. And the things that he was talking about, I'm not going to remember his name. And the people that he started, he just had the touch.
He did. He could see it.
You can't buy it. You can't teach it.
No, you can't. No, that's why when you meet those people, you just know. That's what we have in the house today. You just meet somebody and you go, wow, this is just a super special person.
But you got to see that show.
I have to see that show. And I mean, I see Riverside Theater. I mean, I see the stuff. Some of it we've already seen. You might have seen another location, or years ago. But they do productions. And understand, this is not a touring show. At Riverside Theater, they go in, the director, and he goes to New York and gets actors. And he brings those actors back, and they create the show here. So this is it's never been produced anywhere like this with these people. Okay, just so you understand how Riverside works. It's amazing. It is. And I am blown away by the stuff that they do there. It's fantastic. Yeah. So the tickets, they start at about $65. So it's not inexpensive. You might be able to get some discounts on some matinees and stuff, but go online. There's already a lot of tickets already sold because I was online today. It goes through...
it's got a pretty long run.
Yeah, it's through mid-November. I think in the 20s in November, maybe close to Thanksgiving, something like that. So, you need to go see that. I can't wait to do it. It's going to be so much fun. Another fun thing, this Halloween weekend is coming up. We're getting close. I know today, what's the 24th, something like that? Yeah. Let's see. We got Terror on Main Street in Sebastian. We can't forget Sebastian. I love it up there. It's a great little town. Lots of stuff going on. But they have it's a haunted house, and it's open Fridays and Saturday, and it's October 20th and 21st, and then Friday through Halloween. That's next week. So for you people that are listening on Sunday, it's going to be there through Halloween. And it's put on by the Sebastian River Junior Women's Club. It's $10 to get in. So it's going to be a fundraiser. They're going to take that money and do great things in Sebastian. But I think we always like to talk about it because Sebastian is just a great little town. We got just north of us. Got the Buggy Bunch Pumpkin Patch at the Church of Christ. It's open weekdays at 4. Go over there and take your kids. Get some pictures taken. If you don't have kids, go over and get your own picture taken. Send it out to friends. Instagram post. Come on, what are we doing? You got to get out. You want to get a picture. It's how you're going to get Halloween, I love to look at people's pictures like that. Yeah. Falls Festival, Countryside Citrus. Go out there. We know we love it. It's a citrus maze. I still haven't gone, Cindy.
I haven't either. You know what? I haven't either. I've been so busy.
We should make a point to go together.
Yeah, totally. Yeah.
I know. But for kids, they have this whole kid area, and they They're all corralled and fenced in. You can't get out. So, and then, of course, El Cid Tacos is out there. So they have some pretty good food, too. Let's go to DSRE by the numbers. Dale Sorensen Real Estate. We actually, I did a market analysis. We'll do the Dale Sorensen numbers last. But we had an uptick in inventory this month. So year over year, we're up about 11% over. Now, the finish of the month was, we're talking about September of 2022 versus September of 2023. There was, 1,585 properties. It's not a lot. Last year versus 1,420. So there's a little bit more, but there's a lot that's on the market, that's been on the market. It's been sitting on the market. So, but it's trending down from March. See, it was peaked, and we're not getting in these spikes yet in the fall of people listing their houses. And what's happening is a lot of sellers are in their house. Now, there's a statistic that says that a seller is going to move between every 7 and 9 years. People do. I don't. Jim Davis doesn't, because we've been in our house for 23 years.
Yeah, I don't move either.
He's going out feet first, and that's just fine. Jim is never leaving that house. Anyway, right. I know it's crazy, but they're not moving up or down where they used to do that. One, because either have super low mortgage rates or no mortgage at all. So they don't want to get involved in that new mortgage that's close to 8% right now. And then there's also the factor that you have to look at is that there's no inventory there. So they can't find what they want. If they could, they probably would, but there's just no incentive, right? The financials don't work. The inventory doesn't work. It's just not. It's not making any sense for those people. And therefore, we're not getting the natural amount of inventory that we would get on top of new people, or new places being built, or people having to move because it's time to move back north or whatever they're going to do. So it definitely slims up what we've got in inventory. Solds are down 22%. So yeah, there's not a lot of inventory, but it's also not, things are not good. Average days on market's about 3 months. So if you get your house listed and it's priced right, 3 months is about the time you'll be on the market. Dale Sorensen Real Estate, year to date, $5.93 million, 890 transactions for the year.
Is it 5.3 million or billion?
We're at 5.93 million just for Dale Sorensen.
Okay.
3.1 billion for Indian River County. Remember that? That's where the billion comes in.
So that deserves
$3 billion in Indian River County. I'm telling you, guess
crazy.
That. Like, residential only. I didn't put in anything else. These are real numbers. It's just amazing. And we're at 19% of the market share, right? And so 19.5, and the next closest at 13%. So we've got it. I think we're going to hold it all the way through the end of the year. So if you need or interested in buying or selling real estate, you need to call Lori Davis at 772-538-1828, and I'll be your realtor for life. All right, Citrus Grill House. They always provide us with a cocktail. We love Chef Scott Verricchio, 1050 Easter Lily Lane. Now, Alex is my mixologist over there. He's one of the bartenders. You'll often find Alex at the outside bar, which is one of the places I think in Beer Beach is fabulous, right on the ocean. It's great. Today, he made us a cranberry orange whiskey sour. It is absolutely delicious. It is so very good. It's it doesn't taste overly strong, but I asked for a fall drink. It looks fall. It really does have kind of a taste of fall. It's delicious.
And then you get to have this view too when you have the drink.
And there you go.
Yeah.
Go over to see them. 1050 Easter Lily Lane. So Citrus Grill House sits right next to Humison Park, but they're directly on the ocean. And that outside, they have an outside restaurant area and a bar. And as well, obviously, you can eat inside at the bar or in the restaurant. But fabulous food, everything fresh. He just posted something on social media that is so delicious. And of course, I always go over there after I tape the show, and he's like, not till tomorrow. And I was like, darn it. It was so good. It was a fall. He just said, this is like fall on a plate. And it was a pasta wrapped around, it had cheese and short rib meat inside over a butternut squash puree with hazelnuts and fried sage.
Wow.
And oh my God, it was so good. And he's so unfair because he knows I'm doing a show today.
Yeah.
And he sends it to me, and he's like, got to come back tomorrow. So anyway, and somebody else actually sent me, Tracy, my friend Tracy, our friend Tracy, sent it to me, and she's like, I want it. I go, don't worry, you can't have it till tomorrow. She's like, I want it now. It's so good. It's so very good. Thank you, Citrus. Listen, remember to go over and see Chef Scott at Citrus Grill House. Everything is great over there. If it's not fresh, they're not serving it. So our guest today grew up in Vero Beach, but his life, his business, and travels have taken him to New York City and around the world. He and his partner Josh started a company called Bakeri. It's a European-infused, inspired bakery that creates a variety of pastries, quiches, and sandwiches made fresh daily. They also offer a selection of plant-based, I don't know why that's hard to say, and gluten-free options. They are available at a wonderful storefront called Sweet Desires Espresso Bar and Bakery. Welcome, Chris Foster, our visionary on the show today. How are you?
I am so good.
Oh, I'm so glad that you're here with us today. And you like the cocktail too. Wasn't that yummy?
Yes, I had to stop myself. It's so smooth.
Yeah, it's really good.
I need, relaxed and ready to go.
I know. That's fantastic. Now, your website says your inspirations come from your parents' love for food, design, and art. Tell us more about that.
Well, I grew up here in Vero Beach.
Yes.
And my father owned these little barbecue pits. And so I grew up, my grandmother was an amazing cook. And so I grew up just in her kitchen. She would make these really creative dishes, and I would just be obsessed with learning how. And so, my inspiration definitely comes from home. So,
yeah. And now, then you wanted to get out of Vero Beach, like most kids should. I think they should. Everybody should get out. So then you went up to New York, and then started. You were doing. I mean, how does this food thing that you and Josh put together? That's so beautiful. How did that come about?
So I moved to New York. I started in the entertainment business.
Yes.
I was working professional at 12 years old as a gospel singer.
I love it.
And I ended up in New York being cast in a Broadway show, and then moved to LA and Europe performing, ended up in Las Vegas, and really start to, Vegas is full of the most amazing chefs around the world. And so my love for food actually started in New York. But when I got to Vegas, I had a friend that was a chef, and we just started collaborating organically on food. And I never really thought I'd get into the food industry, because all I've done in life was perform, sing and dance, and so I never thought that life would allow me that space to do my secret passion, which was food.
Right.
And so I was in Paris working as a dancer, principal dancer, and one of my best friend's parents were French pastry chefs. And I literally would almost miss my show because I was sitting there obsessed with learning how to make croissants and all of these incredible foods that the French are famous for.
Right.
And I never thought that life would lead me to a cafe. But after COVID, I decided in my life I've done the things that really made me stable financially. But now life was saying, do the things that feed your soul, that you were passionate about. And so I ended up home in Vero Beach.
Yes. And now tell us about Bakeri. You have a business called Bakeri, and it's here in Vero Beach. And again, the outlet right now, the location where you can come and get that. But tell us about how Bakeri got started. You and Josh together?
Yes. Well, first of all, the M actually represents my mother's name.
Oh, I love that.
My mother, Mina. Her name is Mina, and all of my business start with the M from her name.
Okay.
And so, Josh and I were here during COVID because we wanted to stay close to my mother, who was kind of battling some health things, and we wanted to be close. And so while we're in Vero, we're like, you know what? Let's create what we have in New York City. So it started with just an idea on paper, and it started to manifest. We after COVID, we met up with a friend that I grew up with here in Vero, and they owned a few restaurants, and she had an idea for a dessert lounge. And I'm like, well, I've been, have this idea for this cafe. Why don't we collab? And so we ended up coming up with the idea of Sweet Desires and M Bakery.
Yes.
Sweet Desires, they do all the espresso, the coffee drinks, and M Bakery really focuses on the food.
Right.
And I always think about, for me, life always for me starts with the why. And we wanted to create a place that would create an experience the moment you walked in, whether it's from the eyes, every piece of every place on the walls has a purpose. Josh has put affirmations hidden in the art.
I love it.
And the food, we wanted the food experience to really challenge the palate. Some unique profiles. You know, we had cardamom to our chocolate. Some really unique food profiles that we're excited for people to try.
Well, now, Sweet Desires is located over at Miracle Mile. So it's on the side where, for those who've been here a long time, where Kemp's Shoes is. It used to be the Cheese Cave, right?
Yes.
That was the location. Josh painted a gorgeous mural.
Yeah.
And tell us about that, because it is his.
I had intentions with that. Inspired behind that skin color that would be welcoming for all cultures, and to really bring people together, and the tables are very close together so people can sit close to engage in conversation.
Yes.
And, you know, the food and the drinks are one part, but really for us, it's actually putting people together. The other day we were sitting, and a lady that came in from Jupiter, she sat next to a lady that was here she's been in Vero Beach. And I looked out, and the conversation just organically happened.
Yes.
And that's the kind of environment that we're trying to create. It's based on love.
Yes.
Whether it's through your palate, through what you drink.
Yes.
All of it's intentional.
Yes. There's an intimacy to it. I think I really, you have to go over to Sweet Desires, because it doesn't matter whether you're going in for the coffee or you're going in for the sweet of coffee, or if you got, hey, not a lot of people are working in offices anymore. We need to get a couple of people together. You guys are like, yeah, you can just take that corner over there, scoot tables together and spend as much time as you like, right? Because that's very European as well.
Yes.
It's like you don't have to rush out. You can stay as long as you like, buy a cup of coffee, hang out, enjoy yourself.
And Josh and I have been hosting these little dinners. We started in New York. We ended up with a group of friends in Mexico last summer. And since then, we've been hosting these little dinners. And we, it's so wonderful because we've created this space where it, really the amount of vulnerability that happens in these spaces. And our friends, we connected a realtor with interior designer.
Yes.
So that there's also this, natural, organic collaboration that goes on.
Yeah.
And so this space, we wanted to also, that was our inspiration, connecting our friends with other incredible friends that are doing wonderful things.
Yes.
We hosted a dinner 2 months ago at the space when we first opened. And it was literally from age 19 all the way up to 80. Yeah. And this 80-year-old friend of ours literally stayed there till 3 a.m.
See?
Because the conversation was so amazing.
Yes. Yes.
And that for me brings me the most gratitude when I look out through the kitchen and I see people in meetings.
Engaging.
Engaging, yes. So
I know.
that's pretty wonderful. And this space does that.
Yes, it does. All right, listen, the way we pay for this thing is we have to do a couple commercials. We're going to be right back with Chris Foster from M Bakery and Sweet Desires. See you in a minute. Be right back.
If you dream of creating a home with furniture where you make life one long weekend, visit Sunshine Furniture now and save 50% on all Tommy Bahama and Lexington during the fall savings event. Bedroom, living, and dining room, home office, media, and occasional furniture that is inviting and comfortable, Tommy Bahama and Lexington offer everything you need to furnish your Florida home. We're also having a huge half-price fall sale on lots of other coastal furniture by Universal, Hooker, Riverside, Seawinds, and Capri, including big sales on patio furniture by Berlin Gardens, Lloyd Flanders, Telescope, Kingsley Bait, and Windward. All pictures, lamps, and accessories are half price, and in-stock rugs are on sale too. Sunshine Furniture, 1295 US 1 in Vero Beach, next to Planet Fitness. Visit our website at sunshinefurniturecasual.com and be sure to shop our outlet store directly across the street.
Sunshine Furniture, the best in every way. Have a sunshine day. Sunshine.
If you operate a small business, you need services like payroll, tax compliance, HR tools, and other resources. You need Complete Employee Solutions. Vero Beach has a team of professionals, including Anthony Sammons, Matt McCain, and Jennifer Comer, who saw the need for competent payroll, HR, and employee leasing services. Call Complete Employee Solutions at 772-978-7277 or visit their website at CompleteEmployeeSolutions.com.
Welcome to Riverside Theater's Comedy Zone, where the comedy is wild, untamed, and downright hilarious. Come out this Friday and Saturday night at new times, 6 and 8 p.m. for the Treasure Coast's best live stand-up comedy show, featuring nationally recognized comedians with cabaret-style seating and food and drink table service. Warning, you may laugh until it hurts. Kickstart your evening with live entertainment, food, and drinks at Live in the Loop. Buy tickets at riversidetheater.com and get ready for a night of nonstop laughs.
Okay. All right, we're back with Chris Foster here in the house. It's always so sweet when Chris is in the house. Chris, we were talking at the break about some special events that you're going to be doing over in the spot. That is where Sweet Desires is. Tell us about these little events you're going to start doing.
So as I said before, it started with friends getting together for dinner. So we decided to kind of to turn that into more.
Okay.
So every month we are starting these dinners that I'd bring in a friend, a chef from maybe he's from France. I have my friend Pascal, and we would have this incredible dinner, but it's really about conversation and connecting people together.
Yeah.
And so the first month, last month we did it, and it was all based on France.
Okay.
Inspired by me sitting for hours and hours in Luxembourg Gardens.
Jardin de Luxembourg.
Yes, I love
it there.
Yes, I remember sitting under the linden trees and having these little talks with my friends during the day, and it would roll into us getting a few baguettes and some wine.
Yes.
And so that's kind of the inspiration. So, next month we're going to host kind of like our friend Wendy here. She is like an amazing, we call her the tea lady, and she has phenomenal teas. So we want to do kind of like a tea theme, but once again, bringing our friends, and we like to bring our friends that are expert in their field together to kind of talk about, current events, like whether it's fashion, food, all of these different topics.
Right.
And so Wendy Tea, we're excited. So
are we going to, now is that going to be open to the public, or you just got to be a good friend with Chris or Josh to get in?
It starts
because I want to get in. I want to go. Anyway,
so
real
it
quick.
starts off with our friendships, and that has all really developed here in Vero Beach. We've had people from everywhere come in, and these friendships have developed organically. So this we are actually have 4 new friends that we've invited to this next one that we're doing.
All right.
In December.
Okay, that's it. I got to cut you off because we are done. We know we got to. Cindy's like, yes, please go. Chris Foster, thank you so much for being here. M Bakery, Sweet Desires over at Miracle Mile. Go by and see them. It's a fabulous spot. You'll see great art. I have Josh on the show next week. Thank you guys so much for coming. Be safe out there. We'll see you soon. And thanks again, Chris. It was a pleasure. You're so sweet.